Saturday Showdown. Hanwha Life Esports versus T1.
Matchup dependent, but it's a Showmaker Classic. The 2v2 is incredibly strong, and this comp is gonna have to run the 2v2 mid to early because I don't think they can kill Skarner as we get later into the game.
No, not really. You know, they have other tools for that later on. It is Elise.
Oh, Palu.
Okay.
I don't love it. I can see the vision, right? You're playing into Alistar, who you want to try and bully the early weak laning phase. And you'll be able to generate pressure, but with a Kai'Sa that isn't the most impressive laner, I think it falls low. I also think for the comp, it just feels a lot worse. I've actually considered it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I do, I even did it like 2 days ago, is I rent a bike, because you can rent bikes and then I cycle to the Han River. It's really nice.
Yeah. Really struggling, us mid laners, you know? We just really haven't had a great time here.
I've been Polo actually gonna get the wave in here, so aiming needs to catch it. The downside for Hanbak is that Lucid obviously is a lot stronger. We also see Lucid do a good amount of poke, or try and nade as much poke as he can just with his Q. Needs to be careful though, because Elise is on the way. Might have a fight on our hands here shortly as the second Q.
Thinking about it is DK. Hanbak gets the first one. They're gonna flash on top of Hype, who does get caught and ignited, but not gonna be stunned up. Does get rooted a bit. Over the wall though, does go Showmaker, and that'll be an easy pickup of first blood for him.
Nearly as binary as they were last year, where it was 2 modes, right? Lucid, Showmaker, aiming, please kill all of them. Those were the only 2 options they had. That's not really the case. He doesn't lose these.
Yeah, he just walked on in and stole candy from a baby.
Showed it to Veldas.
Yeah.
And you know, normally it's like
it is actually cool.
It is actually cool.
Yeah.
It looks like a water lily. Sparrow has his ult. Will he be forced to use it?
He doesn't have flash, but yeah, Hanbak can't really get in range. He gets charmed mid-dash through the wall.
In this instance, and the equalizer is available. Breon, this is looking a bit scary.
Yeah, and they're just gonna go in on Apollo. It's just a full 100-0. No hope for the Elise. And Closer now alone in a 2v1. Barrel tanking up the damage from Morgan, which isn't all that much. He might go down, and that'll be the first kill for Bro. But what about the rest of them? It's just the Nefiri hunting them down. He does get stunned into the wall, but Lucid doesn't care about that. A lot of flashes on the follow. Lucid continuing to chase them down, and he will pick up yet another one. He's now 2-0. Atlas is probably paying attention, you know. Ox, a little bit less so. We had double Chemtech Soul in the last series, by the way.
To talk about Lucid.
That, Ox is not paying attention, but that's fine. It's his day off. But,
I knew what he was doing.
Oh, a little flash on in. A bit of damage on a Showmaker, who has his ult and just decides not to use it because he knows he's not dead. And he's going to use it aggressively. Instead, he picks up a couple of damages, I guess is what I meant to say. In goes Lucid, and they're just going to try to bait Closer into this one. He's not even going to hit that either. And now, Hanbak is like, maybe I can help. I don't know, guys. And he's going to end up doing nothing. Here comes the Mega Cone engage. Barrel is here once again. Hard to respect that. And in fact, Hype doesn't really have to. Doesn't even need to flash this time.
It's this Ari build. Like, it's so hard. It's actually, he's level 5.
Oh, no.
Okay.
He doesn't scan the ward, and now he's going to spend a bunch more time not getting XP. At least he's backing.
Well, that's the sad back, Veldas. That's worse. And they know as well. Like, they have perfect information.
All right, surely this time. No flash, no ults. We got Impale here for Hanbak. Just press the buttons and the guy dies. Okay, there you go. They did it. They finally took out Showmaker.
2,000 gold.
Oh, nice dodge by Xiu.
Would have been in big trouble otherwise.
He's going for the kill. He's going in. He's like, you want to take me down? I'm going to do half your health bar and damage. Like, in a lane anywhere. I mean, it's not like Elise has a level 6 power spike. I mean, I guess. But
no,
not actually.
Champions do because we have players that were quite bad at playing her specifically.
Yeah.
As we'll see, can he clear the wave? Doesn't have his ult, so he's just gonna have to sack. But not the end of the world.
I'm surprised that Hambach didn't even try.
She was on a ward.
Gentleman's agreement. We're just gonna fight straight up here. No flanks as Beryl goes in onto the Skarner though, but they do get the Drake. More importantly, the damage from the Equalizer is pretty nice. Does a good job of zoning the rest of the team as well.
That's not the plan.
Will they respect the Alistar? Well, it looks like the answer is no. They're just going to stick around and fight over this one as Hambach nearly dies, and he's going to die before the Otacon as well. It does go to Bro, though, as Aurora did get it, but I don't think they're going to win this fight anyway. So the knockup comes in. That's a couple of withdrawals already. The Chemtech Drake going over. Lucid says, no, that's actually my blue buff. Little did you know. Hambach, nice little stun, throws his ult in the wrong direction. And now Xiu is on the run. Here comes Beryl, gets a two-man knockup, and everybody on the side of DK is just trying to get away. The charm is gonna miss. As Beryl still on the chase of Hambach, so many low health bars here on DK. Aiming goes down, and so does Xiu. Bro on the comeback, gets 3 kills.
Just get on top. I don't think they can actually do this Nash. There's also the problem of the mid lane being shoved into the Nexus turret. But still.
Yeah, that is a thing. But they're going to get this Nash. It's going to happen. Lucid can't get in. Flashed away by Palu. Gaming are a generally very strong team fighting team. They have had good team fights already this game, whereas Bro have struggled a little bit, but they had a nice cleanup on the last one, and now they're setting up for a second Chemtech Drake.
It's early on the TP. I would have much preferred Morgan pushing the top wave and then TP over, but I think they want to ensure that they actually have prio and control of the river. They want to allow DK to regain too much control here. 3 item spikes hit for Showmaker, for aiming, Closer, and Hype as well. A lot of arm guards as well. Morgan and Xiu both packing right now.
Absolutely packing. And now, looking for this Chemtech Drake. Will Lucid try to go for it on this Nefiri? Xiu's on the flank. There's the True Shot barrage. In goes Closer. They're trying to burst him down in mid. Oh man, he is going to go down immediately. And now Hambach's super low in the pit. He's going to be taken out. They do get the dragon, but they're overwhelmingly losing this fight. And with the mid lane open, that's one of the things that will help DK end this game. Morgan just going to go golden as the rest of the team try to take him out. It looks like Lucid should be able to keep him from backing as the TPs are coming into the mid lane. Flash on over and Deacon. Oh no! Not like this! They had come back in the game, and then immediately DK just ended it.
Clean ace! 5 for 0! The goal was even, Veldas!
Not even close.
It was supposed to be the moment. And the attempt to deny and turn onto Lucid there.
왼쪽 오로라야, 왼쪽 오로라. 나도 이렇게. 얘네 걸러왔다 바로. 야 이거 윤회 볼게 오면. 나 공한 번 쓸게. 야 윤회. 윤회. 윤회 이겼다. 야 오로라. 카이사 누구? 카이사. 내가 잡을게. 얘들아 탑 밑에. 맞다. 와우. 뭔가 머리도 베릴 알리스타. 와우. 좋네. 잘 막았어. 얘 스킬 없어. 나 잡았지. 네, 도망가. 보여줘 하나만. 보여줘.
On the side of the Bros, they knew, like the coaches can see the numbers and they're like, man, we had a good opportunity here and we just dropped the ball in this team fight. Closer went in, Unbound Soul, tried to find an angle and just died before he could ult. And that's not the value out of the Yone that you need at that point in the game. Hype, only 11k damage in 30 minutes. They realistically just had the one fight.
And I'm kind of wondering if you can stop... I'm not actually sure if you can stop the crash down before it comes down with your W.
Maybe with your Q, but not your W.
Not W, if you root her.
Yeah,
I guess we'll see.
I think it continues,
I mean, it definitely,
right?
well, I assume so. Definitely can with the Q as you highlight. Same reason why the Alistar is good into the rel. I guess we're going to keep the lookout on that. But I think the Maokai is great. More point and click CC.
We'll see how that does go, as it looks like we are ready for game number 2. Bro up against DK. Not necessarily not going to int at certain different times, just for fun. Hype is caught here. there's the Q. A lot of damage coming in, but I think he can just fly away. His little
early on, keeping track of Humbug, making sure that Shiu just gets to pummel this lane as much as possible is going to be a big prio. Was aiming on the MF, has actually had a very consistent performance on this pick thus far. As Beryl goes for a 2-man Q, we'll hit that. And the prio has been secured here for DK. To the surprise, I think, of no one. MF in particular, able to really exert a lot of pressure. So Beryl
feels like, oh, we got a big trade up on the top side. Morgan dashed back into Shiu, who did want to punish, but...
Yeah, there's the 3 points in Q.
Right, yes, if we really got into it.
Yeah, you're not a big literature guy.
No. We need someone else who knows what they're talking about.
Well, I mean, it's also interesting to just talk about your experience with it. You know, you don't need to be knowledgeable about something to talk about it.
True. You immediately get judged. It's the internet.
Who cares?
What do you mean, who cares? Okay, that's a flash on in from Hambach.
Showmaker doesn't care. Just flashes, walks it off.
Yeah, he's a world champion.
Yeah.
He's allowed to do whatever he wants. And people are still going to judge him.
Which, again, as expected, is actually Morgan getting a level lead onto Shiu here. Shiu should level up off of that next minion, but Morgan sustaining nicely. Does have still 2 cookies in his inventory as well. And this comes through.
Beryl was looking for it there. Bit of a slow on a hype as now they're going to try to pull the trigger here on Apollo as the crash down does.
There's a confirmation.
Yeah.
So it is just Q. See if Morgan is able to hit an ult. They can just slam him into the wall. Go for the CC Chin, but Lucid is taking the Dragon Ball while this is going on. So TK not too bothered. She will be able to...
Yes.
Actually, ooh, Showmaker, what have they just done? A fight brewing here, Valdez.
Uh-oh. A bro and brewing fight. But it's just a smite for now. As Ingo's Beryl is going to engage with the Poppy ult onto Lucid, as now Beryl tries to get away with a flash on him from Hambach, gives first blood to Hype. And now they're in a great spot. They want to get this last grub. They don't want to give 4 over to DK. Are they going to be able to secure it, though, is the question. No smite available here for Hambach, and the ult comes in from the MF. So now we're going to turn on to Lucid, actually, as the sweep comes in. Catches 2. In goes Morgan as well. That's a couple now locked down for the bros. They earn their lead once again in this game.
And DK!
Make up for it.
I think it's Hero, Hambach, and Headhunter Hype.
Yeah. Palu hit a wall.
I got the flash.
Yeah. That he did, but now the re-engage does come in for the side of DK. Is it going to work out for them? Lucid is in his ult, and Hambach's in a lot of trouble. And the chase is on. Palu and Closer on the run here as Lucid wants to get in, and the very fast, and the flash comes in from Beryl. That should be enough. I was going to say the very fast Taliyah would eventually catch him.
Bear. That's me. I played so much Maokai.
I don't even know what to say.
He goes underground.
How else would he go untargetable?
Well, I guess at the bottom of
the rest of this. We got another all in here, and this time Shiu's in a bit more trouble. He has dominance. Who am I kidding?
I think Morgan tried to get him because if he takes a tower shot, there might be an angle, but not gonna happen.
That's the thing. He goes untargetable, so the ult's not gonna work. There he is. See, he went underground.
Oh, I know, you're right.
He went in. He caught the Poppy as well. That's why he's really good into Poppy as well, by the way. Yeah, well, the ult's not gonna connect this time from Hambach, but down will go Beryl as well.
Just stay on the ground.
And Lucid's going in, and the knockback here is fantastic. Hambach just left out to dry. The rest of the team just running away. As the disengage.
Invulnerability. In range,
it's
the same as Cloud Soul, where I do actually think that they are quite strong, but it's not flashy.
Yeah,
you know, like when you have the Swift March, the Swifty one, like the amount of movement speed you get is completely crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just movement speed.
Sparrow's going to be flying around. So this is a big flank, and Hambach's in a lot of trouble. He does not have his flash. That's a nice ult, though. Gets himself out of trouble. Unfortunately, Palu had to die for his sins, as that is just the end of the Rel once again. And should be the dragon over. It is an Ocean Soul Beryl. Gonna dodge. It doesn't really have...
I like Blob Rush. That works for me.
It doesn't have any shape.
There you go. Like it goes underground. Might be dead.
Yeah. He went too far underground. He went too underground, too far, too much.
A lot going here. Hype is on his way. They're a member up.
Yeah, I mean, the turret goes down immediately. DK are like, well, we can't do much. Lucid, an interesting engaged target as it is Xinjiao. So, yeah, you got his ult.
As well. Lucid has been on point with his smites. Can Humbug keep him away? I don't know. Barrel's angle there.
Palu coming on in. Showmaker, bit of trouble. He has to flash, and that's just a flash for the ult as away goes the MF. And they're just going to try to turn on Apollo. They're not even going for this one as they just want to get that those flowers. In goes Lucid onto Closer, but the Hambach block into the wall is huge. Barrel does get the pick, and now Closer's going to go down as well. Shu doing a fantastic job of frontlining. The knockback is big for Showmaker. And Bro, not immune to the Otacon throw either, as Hype is very fed, but soon will be going down to some rocks to the face. Down he goes, and who's faster?
Strutting!
Poppy or the strutting MF? Okay, the Hex Flash, knock into the wall.
Out.
And that's it. Nice by Humbach.
No! Oh! Wow! Oh my god, he got knocked over the wall!
Yeah. Instead of just taking the flowers. And here's Humbach's ult thrown on in, and he smited it. He's got a smite back. Humbach is here, but no ult. And now they got to respect this Rel. In goes the Rel, a big Magnet Storm this time on top of the Mbessa into the back line. But look at aiming, he's just totally untouched once again. In goes Closer trying to get on top of Amy, but nobody can kill this AD carry. As Shu full health, able to tank it up for the team.
Trying to kill him? I want you to... Wait, I want to see this again.
Yeah, no, that was midair.
Yeah. Put it in!
That's just
Put it in!
You have to do it, I'm gonna write it in for you. That's what he would say.
And then he would say, man, that's why I lost my phone. But put it in anyway.
Yeah. All right, nice try. Closer, gonna trade some flashes. Unfortunately, that puts him in a very precarious situation, and he's now dead. But it was a good effort. I admire his
nice try.
His feistiness. But yeah, you gotta send something, you gotta try it, but unfortunately Showmaker has flash.
We're not getting a redemption moment in this one.
No, you know, not too many moments, not too many happy gaming moments. They kept it together, and that's a nice little engage from the engaged Maokai. As Barrel is going to drop the redemption, keeps himself alive with that redemption. As yes, DK just with the finishing touches going to take everybody down except Hambach, who does live on his Poppy, and that'll be the 2-0 from DK tonight. Well, Showmaker had a lot of fun. He's got a big smile on his face here. Corky has the flash, is what he said. Watch for Rel. That's their only initiation, as we saw during the game. Aiming, making a very good point. Watch for Rel. Let's go for Rel. Picks him off. Corky. I rooted him. And there you go. That was it. Having a lot of fun. We're the D plus Kia players. A lot of damage done by the guys on Bro, but damage doesn't win you games. Had to have cleaner team fights, as you were mentioning, Chronicler.
Has to be the big target point for Brion, as they will be facing off against DNF next. That match is a very, very important one. Gonna have to see where they can make... I think there were, again, some glimpses. I think the proactivity of Hambach was something that I did welcome.
Did you see proactivity on purpose? That was so smooth.
Yeah, I was...
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by Beryl on the side of D plus Kia, who has taken the sole position of first place in the standings. Congratulations! So Beryl, this is your 300th LCK victory, fourth support to do so. Congratulations! And this is also your first POM. How do you feel? Yeah, ever since we left the player house, I had a good feeling, and I think it reached all the way to Low Park on stage. You know, just from the Kespa Cup finals results, and how close your matches were in the LCK Cup. OK Savings Bank Brion had always shown their power against D plus Kia, so what did you watch out for today? No, lately, with all the different picks that we're seeing due to Fearless Draft, I think we've just been trying to practice as much as possible regarding widening our champion pool, and I think that just does pay off in the end. So can we expect a new pick from you in the future? You know, because of the Fearless Draft, I believe that as long as we can keep seeing best of fives and even through the regular season best of threes, we will be able to see diverse picks. And this was your first Alistar game in the regular season. Do you think Alistar is considered tier 0? No, I don't think Alistar is considered the absolute best, but he definitely is a jack of all trades, but it does have its own counters. And just as the graphic shows, congratulations again, let's give him a round of applause for his achievement. And let's talk about game 2. The enemy, Flex picked Poppy Jungle, and since we haven't seen Poppy Jungle lately, how did you feel? I think due to the latest patch, Poppy is more useful or used in the support. And lately, I believe that she has an increased buff and more damage in the jungle, but I feel like there definitely is a huge difference between playing Poppy Jungle and Poppy Support. And I think there are some limitations that you can definitely tell from seeing a Poppy Jungle. And your next opponent is the undefeated Genji. How will you prepare for this match? You know, just from watching Genji play in week 1, as compared to how they did in the LCK Cup, they are looking a lot more dominant. So I think this is something that we really have to prepare well for. And what would you like to say to all your fans out there? I'm really happy that we're able to secure our 3rd consecutive victory, and thank you so much for all your continuous support. And that's the end of the interview with Beryl and Back to the Space. Thank you.